From the very early research stages, we knew that the film we wanted to produce was a thriller. Perhaps the reason for this is that it's quite an open genre, and so we had a lot of freedom to work with. If you look at our film, I think we conformed quite well to the conventions of the thriller genre. The first example of this would be through the lighting. Many films, not just the thriller genre, use lighting to convey the tone and mood of the current situation. Often darkness reflects the darkness a certain character is going through, and is also symbolic of evil. Much like how evil is the absence of good, the darkness is the absence of light, and so one reflects the other. Drive does this particularly well in the elevator scene. We see the protagonist push the girl into the light as he moves into the darkness. The girl is innocent, and thus, by pushing her into the light, he is protecting her from the evil in the darkness. This is made clear when the protagonist proceeds to stomp the man's head in, an act of ultra-violence that reveals the driver's dark nature. In 404, we wanted the lighting to reflect Liam's descent into darkness, and so throughout the film it became gradually darker and darker. If we compare the intro sequence to the end of the film, we can see that it's become much darker as Liam has become more broken. One of the main themes of 404 was the use of technology for evil. Our protagonist Liam is turned mad via emails, and so we wanted to show a connection between him and the laptop. There are several shots of Liam at the laptop, yet one that shows the connection particularly well is perhaps when the camera crosscuts between what Liam is writing on the screen and his mouth actually saying the words. The connection reaches its climax at the end of the film, when Liam is kneeling down in front of the laptop, almost as if he is kneeling down to the laptop. We use this to show the power that the internet has over Liam. In the film Hackers, the director shows the synergy between the computer and the hacker through the use of cross-cutting between the screen and the hacker's face. Whilst not necessarily a thriller, we were certainly inspired by this technique, and thus incorporated it into our film. The narrative of 404 is not a straight timeline. Instead, there is a flash forward to blood dripping, and then it flashbacks to the present. We wanted to do this to lead the audience on and make them question what happens. The blood seems to suggest that Liam kills himself, particularly as the film ends with him holding a gun. The use of flashbacks is a common convention of thriller films, seen here in The Bourne Ultimatum. Yet the thing to note from this scene is that the audience knows when Bourne is getting flashbacks, due to the blurred effect. We wanted to emulate this sign in our film, and so the colour is drained during the flash forward, so that audiences know it is a scene from a different point in time. One scene in 404 involves Liam taking a phone call, which appears to be from a dying woman. Many films incorporate this phone call to add tension, as the person on the other end is a mystery. Of course, one of the most iconic phone call scenes would be from Taken, in which Liam Neeson's character intimidates his daughter's kidnapper. At the end of the call, the kidnapper tells him, "Good luck," and we immediately see Liam's emotion on his face turn to that of panic. Perhaps another film, although not a thriller, that shows the effect we wanted quite well would be The Impossible. Here, Ewan McGregor's character takes a phone call from his lost wife, and we can see clearly the emotion on his face. In 404, we wanted to show Liam's confusion when on the phone, due to the strange sound coming from the other end that he believes are his mother. Overall, I feel our film fits well within the thriller genre, and that we incorporated the conventions particularly well.